Now this Omar ibn Khattab, he takes his time every time that the Jewish people had a Saturday or Sabbath or whatever class of study of the Talmud, he would show up there and study Talmud with them. How much did he learn from our Prophet? Omar has time to endear the Jewish people. So much so that Jewish scholars write and special scriptures for Omar ibn Khattab. They scribe books and pen down special scriptures for Omar ibn Khattab. The whole Torah, they give it to him, right? So he has time for that. How much time did he have to learn from the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam? I show you. This is a verse in the Noble Quran, Surah An-Nur. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تدخلوا بيوتا غير بيوتكم حتى تستأنسوا وتسلموا على أهلها ذلكم خير لكم لعلكم تذكرون. O those who believe, do not enter houses that are not your own house. Do not enter somebody's house until they give you permission. And until you give salam, you greet the people of that house. So do not enter until you're given permission to. Tasta'nisu here means tasta'adhinu. Means you're given permission. So first, if you want to go to somebody's house, seek permission. And give salam. If you're given permission, then you enter. Otherwise, you do not get in. ذَلِكُمْ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَذَكَّرُونَ. This is better for you, so you may remember. Okay. This is Bukhari. Sahih Bukhari, published by Dar Hayat Turath al-Arabi, at year 2001. Page number 1297, hadith number 7353. عن عبيد بن عمير استأذن أبو موسى على عمر. Abdullah ibn Qais, his name is Abu Musa. He pertains to the tribe of Al-Ash'ar. Abu Musa al-Ash'ari. Abu Musa al-Ash'ari is a Sahabi, is a companion. He sought permission to enter into the house of Omar, knocked the door or said something. So he wanted to see Omar. فَكَأَنَّهُ وَجَدَهُ مَشْغُولًا فَرَجَعَ. It seemed to him that Omar is busy because he was not given permission to enter. His knock on the door, or he gave salam, it was not responded to. So he assumed that Omar is busy, Omar is occupied, busy. So he turned away. فقال عمر ألم أسمع صوت عبد الله بن قيس أذن له. When he turned away and went away, Omar said, didn't I hear Abu Musa al-Ash'ari's voice? Bring him in, let him in. فدعي له. So Omar's people, they ran after Abu Musa and brought him back. Come on back. فقال عمر ما حملك على ما صنعت. Omar said, why? I heard your voice, you wanted to come in, and then you turned away. Why did you turn away? Why in the hell did you turn away? فقال إنا كنا نؤمر بهذا. Abu Musa al-Ash'ari said, that was what we were taught. We learned this from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that when you go somebody's house, do not enter without permission. If they don't give you permission, then go back. Omar said, فَأْتِنِي عَلَى هَذَا بِبَيِّنَةٍ أَوْ لَأَفْعَلَنَّ بِكَ. Omar said, you are going to prove this to me. Omar said, you are going to prove this to me. You are going to, this is the teaching of the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that you cannot enter people's house without permission. Oh, or I'm going to punish you. Yeah, I have my stick, of course. I have my whip. I'm going to punish you. I'm going to beat you. Beat the hell out of you. فانطلق إلى مجلس من الأنصار فقالوا. Abu Musa al-Ash'ari went to the Ansar, residents of Medina, original inhabitants of Medina, natives of Medina, that I need someone to testify for me that Omar ibn Khattab is asking me to prove this sunnah, that you, when you go somewhere, that's the mention. If you knock on the door and they don't answer you, then you turn away. He is asking for proof. Now, please, somebody help me, or he's going to beat the hell out of me. He's serious. Okay. Now, what does it mean so far? Sahaba are not adil. Sahaba are not adil because Omar is doubting the truthfulness of this person. He was going to punish him if he did not have anybody to testify for him. So, singular riwayat of ashab, so Bukhari, Muslim, Tirmidhi, Sunan Ibn Majah, all of their books become void at one instant. Because if a sahabi narrates something, he doesn't have a testimony of another sahabi to prove it, then you cannot take it. That's the sunnah of Omar, and Omar is their imam, right? They cannot just accept something because a sahabi has narrated, even if the chain of narration is good, until that sahabi. Because why did Omar, if all ashab are udul, if there is adala of sahaba cannot lie, sahaba cannot make errors, then why Omar ibn Khattab asked for proof from Abu Musa Allahyari? At any rate, so Abu Musa Allahyari goes to a congregation of the inhabitants of the native people of Medina and asks for their help. فَقَالُوا لَا يَشْهَدُ إِلَّا أَصَاغِرُنَا. They said, this is such a minor issue. We are surprised Omar doesn't know this stuff. Only the youngest amongst us. We are not going to send our senior individuals. We are going to send our youngest ones to testify for you. فقام أبو سعيد الخدري رضي الله عنه. Abu Sa'id al-Khudri got up. فقال قد كنا نؤمر بهذا. He said to Omar, indeed, this was the order from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that you go, you knock on the door. If you're not allowed, you turn away. فقال عمر خفي علي هذا من أمر النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. Omar said, oh, this command of the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam is hidden from me, that there is such a thing. This is the Quran. This is not only that, this is Quran, and this is basic human integrity, basic courtesy, basic civility requires you do not barge into people's house. And if you think they're busy, then you go away. This is common sense, right? And then again, this is a verse of the Noble Quran. This is also sunnah of the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this person didn't know the fundamentals of civility. This person also did not learn the basic things from Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Things as common that happens in one life as this, because in the old days there were no telephones you called beforehand that I'm coming. So if you wanted to see somebody, you go to his house and knock on the door. And if they don't let you in, you go away, right? That was the only way to communicate with each other. And Omar said what? Alhani as-safqu bil aswaq. Oh yeah, I was busy. I was busy in the market. I was busy in the market. And what did he do in the market? What did he do in the market? I was busy in the market. I was busy in the bazaar. What did he do in the market? Do you know what he do? I tell you what he do in the market. I was busy. So he didn't learn sunnah, basic things in sunnah. He did not learn. That the youngest one amongst the Ansar, they knew that. Abu Sa'id al-Khudri testified that this was the order of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But he had time to go learn the sunnah of Yahud and books of Yahud and make friends with them and copy their books. And his daughter also, she had her own Torah. Okay. And he said, I didn't learn the sunnah from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam because I was busy in the market. Was he a big businessman? Like he was a big merchant? Yeah, he became businessman after Khilafah. After he became caliph, he was very wealthy, Omar ibn Khattab. But before Khilafah, what was his job? Do you know that? Taj al-Arus, min Jawahir al-Qamus, volume number 17. Al-Mubartish, page number 72, Al-Mubartish. Do you know? Nowadays, we travel how? We travel either by plane, by car, or by train, right? That's how we travel today. But go back to the Arabian Peninsula at the time of the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. How did people travel? Either by foot, or they traveled using animals, camels, donkeys, mules, horses. That's how you traveled. Either on foot or camels, mules, donkeys, horses. That was it. So, and there were a lot of caravans that used to pass Medina and Mecca from Yemen and from Syria. They used to, these were trade routes that people used to travel. And people were always, even local people, they were always in need of new animals. So you need a donkey, you need a mule. And a lot of times people did not have the money to buy a new donkey or animal. So they used to rent a donkey or a mule. Used to rent. So how did they rent? They used to go to a broker. So there were brokers who would find for you a mule. And who was the broker? Who was that broker? Who was that? Who was that agent? Donkey agent, donkey finder. Who was the donkey finder? Who used to get his fees for finding donkeys and mules for people who needed them? It was Omar ibn Khattab. So al-Mubartish, what Dallal? Mubartish, what does Mubartish mean? Dallal. Dallal. أو الساعي بين البائع والمشتري. So he's a broker, an agent, a person who works in commission. He gets a little reward between the seller and the buyer. وورد في الحديث أن كان عمر مبرتشا. Hadith says that Omar was mubartish. أي كان يكتري للناس الإبل والحمير. Omar was not a dalal or sa'i of expensive items. He was not a broker of diamonds. He was not a broker of gold. He was not a broker of expensive and exquisite merchandise. No. He was not even a broker for sales. He was a broker for rent, for renting of stuff. Renting what? Renting camels, donkeys. Camels and donkeys. So if you needed a donkey or a mule, Omar, come here. Hey, come here. Go find me a donkey. Go find me a mule. وَيَأْخُذُ عَلَيْهِ جُعْلَةً. And he would run and go here, there, go there, people's houses, go to other neighborhoods, and find a donkey and negotiate the price, and then come and lie to you that the price is this much. Of course, these brokers are such, they always lie. You know that, right? If you've been to third world countries, those guys are full of lies. And then you give them a reward. Okay, you found the donkey. Okay, this is your reward. Take this little silver coin. All right, that was Omar's job. So he said himself that I didn't learn sunnah because I was busy in the market. All right, you're busy in the market. You're not a big businessman. What were you? You were a broker. And there's also another set of, there were ashab whose job was, they were pimps in Mecca. They were pimps in Mecca, okay? There were ashab who were pimps. They were pimps. Basically, they were facilitating between people who wanted women, and they used to find them women for them. And these individuals, when they migrated to Medina, they decided to open a brothel in Medina. So they wanted to start the pimp business also in Medina. And they came even to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the hadith is in the book of Abu Hatim al-Razi. And it's Sahih hadith, not one, two of them. Okay? At any rate, let's go back to our original discussion, the relationship between Jews and Umar. This is غريب الحديث لعبد الرحمن ibn Ali ibn al-Jawzi. He died in the year 597, published by دار الكتب العلمية. في الحديث كان عمر في الجاهلية مبرتشا الساعي بين البائع والمشتري مثل الدلال. Again, page number 66, Omar ibn Khattab was an agent to find camels and donkeys. Did he ever try to find women also? Okay, who knows? Why wouldn't he, all right? This is النهاية في غريب الحديث والأثر للجزري ابن الأثير الجزري, a very famous scholar of hadith and history himself. He died the year 606. Also here, page 119. كان عمر في الجاهلية مبرتشا. Omar was a mubartish, والساعي بين البائع والمشتري. He would try to make deals between the buyer and the seller. شبه الدلال, like a dalal. like a dalal. But we know which kind of dalal he was. Mubartish is not just any dalal. Dalal of animals. Dalal of a broker who finds donkeys, usually. شمس العلوم ودواء كلام العرب من الكلوم لشوان بن سعيد الحميري. الجزء الأول published in year 1999. البرتسة اكتراء الحمير. Omar was مبرتش. برتشة, what does برتشة or برتسة is الصرف الأكبر. You have الصرف الأصغر, الصرف الأكبر. This is الاشتقاق الأكبر. برتسة اكتراء الحمير. اكتراء الحمير. To rent mules and donkeys. كان عمر في الجاهلية مبرتسا. Umar was مبرتس. He used to find donkeys for hire at any rate. So he did not learn sunnah because why he didn't learn sunnah? Because I was busy in the market. Okay. You're not a big businessman. What were you doing? I was trying to find mules for rent. Okay. Okay. But you had time. You had time to go learn the Talmud, right?